It is hardly necessary for me to relate at length the importance of an institute of this kind, with literacy figures so low as only 15%. The paramount importance of expanding the facilities of education is obvious. The acceptance of democracy as the pattern of our state has, if anything, added to the urgency of the problem. It is also self evident that the first step towards expanding the facilities of education is to provide for an increase in the number of trained teachers. Equally necessary is an institution to assess the results of educational methods followed till now and devise improvements demanded in the changing circumstances of today. It will be noticed that the institution, which was started in December this very year, was the Central Institute of Education and not the training college which had originally been planned in 1944 and 1945. This meant not merely a change in nomenclature but a considerable expansion in the purpose and functions of the institution. I felt that changes were necessary in two directions. First, it should not be merely a college for training teachers but also an institution for research in the fields of education. Secondly, its services should not be restricted to the centrally administered areas but should extend to the whole of India. The Central Institute will therefore both train teachers for higher and secondary school and also carry on research on the problems of basic and secondary education. The stage at which a child should be introduced to a craft as distinct from activity. The relative emphasis on craft and academic objects and their correlation, the production of a new type of a school literature to bring out the social functions of all human activity, the degree of abstraction possible in the earlier stages of education, the stage at which there may be some bifurcation between academic subjects and crafts, the grouping of children according the aptitude, taste and ability, the place of art in the school curriculum. These are only a few of the many problems which arises out of a new conception of basic education and require constant and carefully study in a research institution. There are also problems relating to adult education which demand fresh and careful scrutiny. It is a commonplace that the methods which are suitable for children cannot, without modification, of applied to adults. No doubt a good deal of work in this connection has been done in other countries of the world, but each country has its own peculiar problems arising out of its social and economic background and its political history now.